Talk about fat bike hubs for a minute here. This is my fat bike hub, Sun Ringle SRC. Ruh-roh. That's the main axle, broken half. It's made of aluminum. They sold this axle in lots of configuration, 142, 148, all normal mountain bike. And as far as I can tell, they basically just made it wider, put on a longer axle, right? Same pulls, I think, same bearings, but these things run big tires. Big tires, super low gears, mega torque. So where this steps down and goes into the cassette, where it's been turned down, broke right off. I mean, you know, what can you expect? So I looked everywhere for the axle. They sell this axle in 142, 148, 150 boost. For plus bikes, couldn't find it for the fat bike at all. But my lovely bike store, out of nowhere, got this, seemingly out of nowhere, from Sun Ringle, a full steel axle for the fat bike hub. So I think I couldn't find this axle because they're remaking it in steel, which is exactly what you want. Honestly, I thought I have to buy an expensive hub like a Hope or a DT Swiss or a Onyx fancy hub to come up with the strength. But luckily, Sun Ringle has stepped up and made this properly out of steel. Yes, that weighs 55 grams. Yes, this weighs 125. Who cares when the wheel weighs this much? It weighs a lot. You really need, for the width of this thing and the torque on these gigantic tires, you can't run an aluminum axle. You need the steel. So it's very exciting. Apparently this was a common problem with other cheaper axles. It's just a widened shell, right? Can't handle the torque. So lots of people get fancy ones. But Sun Ringle, $200 hub, steel axle. Thank you for making this so I didn't have to trash this whole thing. Also, this free hub, this is steel, as it should be. So that it doesn't wear into these grooves. I had problems on my dirt bike. This was made of aluminum in the clutch, and it would just dig into this until the cassette just moved around. But that's steel too. 2 rows of 3 pawls. Maybe not the tightest engagement ever, but it worked pretty well before it broke in half. Not a bad product. 4 bearings, supporting 2 for the free hub, 2 for the wheel. Pretty good. I'm pretty happy that they made this. I really didn't want to buy an expensive hub that I can't really afford because I fat bike a lot, and I'm pretty excited about this. This is your problem with fat bikes. This is your problem with a hub, but for not, I mean, it's still $200. It's an expensive hub. You know, you can recommend this thing for longevity. You need the weight. You can't just run a mincy cross-country all aluminum hub on these things. It just can't handle it. Anyways, hope you found this interesting. I couldn't find any information about this thing online. Why do these things break? Well, aluminum is soft. Steel! Steel is real! Bing! Bing! Can't wait to get back. It's been 2 weeks. I've been missing out. Do you have problems with your hub? What do you think? Lots of people say they swear by certain hubs. DT Swiss 350, Star Ratchet, Invincible, Onyx, coolest hub ever, Sprag, Cludge, Rad, Hope, Industry 9, clackety clackety. You can't hear me, Industry 9's coming. But quality. But Sun Ringle, not so bad. Tell me about your experiences. What do you think?